So, following this amazing session, let's turn our focus to our panel discussion with leaders from distinguished enterprises. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed panel. Mr. Mohit Dua, co-founder and CBO at AiSensy. Ms. Ritika Gupta, Associate Director, Growth and Marketing at StayVista. Mr. Ganesh Kumar, Chief Marketing Officer at Messe Muenchen, India. Mr. Advait Makhija, Head of Marketing at UrbanPiper. They will share their insights into the unique WhatsApp journeys their organizations have undertaken for growth and customer retention. This promises to be a thought-provoking discussion uncovering valuable strategies and experience. Thank you.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming. This is Mohit, I'm the co-founder of AiSensy. We have some amazing panelists here with us, right? So these are the guys who are actually the leaders for the growth and the marketing levers in their organizations, right? So we'll be pulling a lot of questions regarding how exactly businesses can utilize WhatsApp for their customer journey around retention, growth, and then monetization, right? So before starting, I would like all of you guys to just quickly introduce yourself, right? What exactly you do, right? What exactly your company does, and let's get straight to your work life as well. Like what exactly one problem that you're currently solving for your business, because I guess that is something which most of us would relate to as well. So we'll start with Advait and then we can proceed. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks, Mohit. Cool, guys. So my name is Advait Makhija. I head marketing at UrbanPiper. To give you a quick introduction, UrbanPiper, how many of you here have ever ordered online from McDonald's, KFC, Pizza Hut, Subway, any of these brands, right? I'm assuming most of us. Without even knowing it, UrbanPiper has already touched your lives, and especially your food delivery. We basically power over 35,000 restaurants globally, some of the largest brands, the ones I mentioned, and a lot more. We have a suite of products that we offer and basically build the technology backbone for the restaurant industry, right? We've been doing this for a few years now. Prior to this, I actually was the founder of another startup which was also in the restaurant tech space, which backed by Reliance Jio, and we were actually looking at the growth of WhatsApp in business since back in 2019. One of the most common use cases that was always pushed to us was like, hey, you're already helping my restaurant and so many other things. Why can't you help me push my loyalty programs through WhatsApp? Why can't you help me integrate a lot of my ordering directly through WhatsApp? Why do we need to do it manually? And this was back when all of the features you're seeing now did not exist, so you had to really kind of hack your way through things. Of course, WhatsApp is making it a lot more seamless now. So really interesting journey, primarily dealing with the restaurant industry, and of course would be happy to talk about WhatsApp more as we go on. One use case that we use WhatsApp for quite a bit actually. So with UrbanPiper, the thing is we're an enterprise grade product, right? And with most enterprise solutions, you know that the sheer breadth of your product offering is so vast that most of your customers out there actually they're not using it to its fullest all the time. You really need to make sure that you can drive awareness to the right cohorts about the right features so that you can maximize the ROI for them, which will keep them and make them stickier, reduce your churn, and also use it to upsell more products, more features that will add value to them, right? And historically, we always used email as a channel for that, right? But I'm sure everyone who's a marketer here has seen the decline of email over time. As a channel, it's just gotten more diluted. You've seen more spam coming in. The open rates have been dropping, and so has the engagement. And obviously, what we thought was, okay, what if we kind of use WhatsApp, a platform where we know where our customers are already, right? Segment ruthlessly and make sure that, okay, for the right cohorts of customers, based on the metrics, and we can see their adoption, and if we know, okay, fine, this particular set of users are not using these modules, we know that the risk of churn because of that, so we drive nudges through our WhatsApp, we drive awareness through WhatsApp, and we've actually seen a very consistent uptick in terms of awareness and adoption of a lot of our features, using this as our primary channel for it. So it's been fun.
Amazing. Ritika?
Hi everyone, I'm Ritika Gupta. I head the growth and marketing at StayVista. So StayVista is into luxury holiday home villas. So anytime you want to go on a vacation with your friends and families, you can go in any of one of our villas. We have around 800 villas across India. I think we have two interesting, use cases for WhatsApp that we've used. So the problem that we were facing was that we were not getting enough queries in the system. Like we were not getting enough people who were interested in going to villas. And the queries which were coming in were not getting serviced by the sales team. Like, there were like drop leads and people were not getting the response on time and things like that. Both these problems we were able to solve because of WhatsApp. So like, in the previous session that you saw that how, you could, so we were running Facebook, we are running Meta ads and driving people to our WhatsApp. We built flows in our WhatsApp to then validate these leads, and we have a mix of like chatbot and a sales team. So we were able to increase our leads by almost like 80% by doing this at a very low cost. So we started getting a lot of qualified leads in the system. And what was happening was our sales team was using personal WhatsApp to follow up with all these queries, right? So there was no tracking. The response rate was really low. And of course, there were a lot of complaints that, people are not reaching out to us. And we did not know that what messages have actually gone. So what we did, we moved all the entire sales team to a WhatsApp business API. So now we have complete tracking of the response rate. If a lead has not been responded to, we get alerts on the dashboard that, okay, this lead has not got responded to. Going one step further, what we've also done is we've automated the messages that go to these leads. So as soon as a lead comes into the system, an automated message goes from WhatsApp that, we've received your lead and we're buzzing with excitement, this, that, and somebody will get in touch with you. Now, in case of the sales team does not follow up with the lead, again a WhatsApp message sort of goes to the lead after 1 day, 2 days. So we make this entire flow, eliminating the sales team's job completely. Like we are hoping to do that maybe. And so like, I mean, if possible, I'm sure with all this it's definitely possible. We've seen our response rate go up by almost 3%, and of course like revenue go up by like 30-40% by just implementing these two things with the use of only WhatsApp at extremely low cost. Yeah, so these are like two interesting things I have to share, like how we are using WhatsApp at StayVista. Yeah.
Thank you. Hi, I am Ganesh Kumar Murugan, and I am the Chief Marketing Officer, and I head the digital products for Messe Muenchen. Messe, we are a German-based exhibition and trade fair organizer. So Messe in German is trade, and München is Munich. So that's what, because people ask me what is Messe. So it's Messe Muenchen. So our journey with, firstly thanks Mohit and Gautam for inviting me. Our journey with AiSensy, it's been now more than 2 years, close to?
Yeah, close to 2 years.
Close to 2 years, yeah. It's been a fantastic journey. What we do, I think all of you know, we are a trade fair organizer. We organize trade fairs across the world. In India, we organize close to 29 trade fairs, and we are India's second largest. Across our 8 industries, and trade fair event marketing is a little different from, it's a different beast altogether. We don't deal with smaller quantities. For us the volumes are bigger, and we have 2 different stakeholders. We have exhibitors, we have visitors, and each of them are totally different. So our marketing campaigns have been very traditional till I think 2018-19. Your big hoardings and newspapers and all of that, but then we moved into digital. So when we moved into digital, email was the first option. So that's when we started to see the pain. In fact, I could actually relate to the video what you showed. I could relate myself there sitting. When we start running campaigns, we used to send bulk WhatsApp messages. We started all models of how we can try to reach people, because our fundamental idea is to reach to new people so that they come to our trade fair, and also try and retain some of our existing visitors who come back. So for us, promotion was the fundamental element. So we started using WhatsApp predominantly for promotions in our initial years. Now I think we are evolving along with them. As you start seeing the features, what's getting up, we face a lot of challenges every other day in the traditional models of what we were doing, and we are trying to improve with the new features so that we start building more engagement rather than just promoting. And I think we are pretty much there in terms of trying to understand who our customers are and trying to segment them. Pretty much what we saw in those videos, we are experimenting with our marketing activities. So good. I think we're also growing with you. Thank you.
Amazing. Before starting with the panel, points, I would just like to share a quick story, like how exactly we got connected with StayVista and started working together. So we went to an offsite with our team a year back, I believe, right? In Gurgaon place, Sona, right? And the experience was amazing. So we just went to the LinkedIn. I messaged Pranav, who's the founder of StayVista, like, hey, it's great, services that you guys are giving, and we had a great experience so far. He replied like, hey, we have also heard about AiSensy in the market and we should really work together something. And then he connected me with Ritika. So this is our acquisition story of StayVista, right? But coming to the point, like, there are different acquisition strategies for B2B and it's completely different for B2C, right? So we'd love to know like how exactly you are utilizing WhatsApp as an acquisition channel for Ganesh, maybe for visitors as well as for the exhibitors, for you, for the corporates as well as for the individual, and for UrbanPiper's pure B2B gameplay, right? So we'd love to know like how exactly you're using WhatsApp as an acquisition channel. We can start with Ganesh.
Okay. See, our acquisition strategies are different for both exhibitors and visitors. Exhibitors are all high paid and then they come with a lot of value. So we need to have a different acquisition strategy. But for visitors, it's like, most of our trade fairs are free. It's the most difficult thing to get people into a trade fair. And, with a lot of trade fairs going around in the market, finding and giving them the right message is the most important thing for them to come to the trade fair. For exhibitors, we start limiting ourselves because pretty much we know who they are. So we start stopping all our promotion messaging. So we start sending them more engaging messaging, which is what's about the trade fair. We started using a lot of communities now recently so that, we have a very closed communication instead of sending them multiple communication. Visitor side, it's totally different. It's like a huge unknown world. We don't know whom we have to talk to. So pretty much we started to use a lot of Facebook ads, which also redirect to WhatsApp. And with the numbers, kind of, it's more about the messaging, and the engagement is very crucial here. People are going to stop you, people are going to block you. I remember, I don't know how many numbers we would have taken, when our numbers used to block every time when we keep sending messages. And we send like, our databases are like on millions. It's not about in thousands and 10,000. So one message goes, it's totally, blocked. And same thing, it also impacts our cost. It's not just that about we have to send bulk of messaging. So our major focus was in terms of identifying and segmenting these people, and then start creating very personalized messaging for the visitors. That made a lot of difference for us when we started to approach in this direction. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of money, you're going to spend a lot of time in just sending messages, promotional messages, time and again.
Ritika, you want to share, like, you told like you are getting inquiries on WhatsApp. So we want to know like how exactly, from which channels they are coming in.
Yeah.
Where is organic, paid?
Yeah. So majorly for StayVista, I think in terms of acquisition channel, Google Ads is something which really works for us wonders. So that is like our main acquisition channel, followed by organic and then Facebook. So basically we get a lot of traffic which is coming on the website. Now how do we capitalize on this traffic, right? And the traffic which comes on the website does a lot of things. Like some people will click on a sign up, some people will give you a lead, some people will probably visit a property and then drop off. Somebody might go to your add to cart page and drop off. So what we're doing is that we're using a marketing automation tool. We're using CleverTap and we're using AiSensy together. So we send nudges on email and WhatsApp to all these users based on the events that they've done on the website. So we've set up these events as to, okay, if somebody is signed up, then we send an email, like a welcome email or a WhatsApp. If somebody's visited the property, the same personalized picture of the property is sent to them with a coupon code or something of that sort. And we've seen amazing conversions by sending personalized communication based on the journey of the customer. So that is one on the transactional side. Other thing is that when people come on the website, they also interact with your chat, right? We have a WhatsApp chat on the website. So then, like I said, we've set up these flows and we capture the lead, and that's how we're generating more leads from our WhatsApp icon, which is there on the website. Now, we also have a lot of past database of leads which are not got converted, people who have transacted with us, people who have stayed with us in the past. So, just adding on to Ganesh's point, like what we also do is we segment these users into a lot of different cohorts, and then we define that, okay, maybe this cohort is a discount seeker, or this guy is like a high value customer, or this guy is somebody who just goes on weekends, or this guy just goes to Lonavala properties. And then we send them WhatsApp communications based on what they have, interacted with us, or what their purchase history sort of talks about. So these are a few ways we are using to optimize channels in terms of acquisition and completing the entire journey.
Major bit is done by AiSensy then.
Yeah, AiSensy everywhere. This is WhatsApp powered, right? Your WhatsApp on the website is powered by AiSensy. Other thing which I forgot to mention, we have like 5 lakh customers who follow us on Instagram. So we were getting a lot of Instagram DMs and comments which we were missing out on, and we needed like a person manually to actually sit and reply to those comments, which AiSensy is completely solved for us in terms of flows. So we made flows for every comment and DM. Now through those flows, we are getting qualified leads which are then going to the sales team and converting. From Instagram, every DM and comment also you can make flows, and that can also become a valid lead.
You have one property page or different property pages?
We have different property pages.
You collect it all together with AiSensy.
So we've used CleverTap with AiSensy. So CleverTap is a marketing automation tool which helps you set up events on your website. So if somebody is doing an event that gets triggered, and then powering AiSensy and CleverTap together, we send them a WhatsApp of that personalized property needed.
Talking about
Okay, you're talking about Instagram DMs. Okay, so Instagram DMs, basically, again, there's a flow builder wherein there's a trigger which goes in terms of the flow. So which is the post or the that you've sort of set up, that has to be, or the keywords that a person is using, like PP or something, they would write price please, something which goes as a trigger, and then the flow starts.
So AiSensy is gathering all Instagram.
So basically, you are redirecting the consumers who are commenting on your Instagram post or who are actually DMing you to WhatsApp.
To WhatsApp, exactly.
Just like you are redirecting users from website to WhatsApp to acquire leads, right? In Instagram, they're sending you the message, but you don't know the phone number of the user or maybe the real name of the user, right?
So also the number of hotels or a number of properties if you have, you can divert to one number and then.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct. Yeah, so for B2B, it's actually, I believe, would be a little different game, right? So, Advait, you would like to share like how exactly you are using it in UrbanPiper?
Yeah, so with B2B, especially with restaurants, events are a big deal, right? This is a community that's very tight knit. You have a lot of these very key events where you have all the key stakeholders show up. So we end up exhibiting fairly often, and the one use case I remember WhatsApp worked really well for us. This was a few years ago. Was when actually we had one of those big booths, and we used what was essentially a lead magnet, where we were offering what was a free PDF ebook, and we put it up there, and we were like, hey, if you want to get access to this to learn how you can grow your orders on Zomato and Swiggy, scan this QR code. And when they scan the QR code, they get taken to WhatsApp, and after they're taken to WhatsApp, they get the PDF there, and then we now have a direct relationship with our customers on WhatsApp. We then have a few, we nurture that lead over time, and then have our sales team get in touch with them, right? But I think events and combining that offline experience and bringing it to the digital realm with WhatsApp was very effective.
Correct. So this is basically for all the players who actually exhibit in your story or maybe different offline events. This is something which we also do, and which we are doing in our event as well. Like there are different QR codes that you'll be seeing outside, right? So in your story, out of 100% of the audience that came to our booth, we actually captured 80% of the data just by making them scan a QR code and telling them like, hey, if you want a goodie bag from us, you can scan this QR code and experience WhatsApp forms, right? It benefits us in two ways. They experience like how exactly WhatsApp forms works. Plus, we also got the lead data, right? So this is basically for all the folks who do offline events, right? Coming to the next point, like Arzan also discussed, Gautam also discussed regarding the, the kind of messages that you, configure to send to users on WhatsApp. Before that, like, how many of you guys like Zomato, Swiggy notification and messages? Like, I believe that is the only brand that is relatively doing good in terms of communicating to the user. Like, every of the notification you at least read, right? You don't ignore it. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yes, Zepto is also. Yeah, correct. So, my question would be like, how exactly you guys have implemented the communication strategy? Because I believe like being a company, you have to do 360-degree marketing, right? You do SMS also, you do RCS as well, you do WhatsApp as well, you do emailing as well, right? But the kind of messaging or the kind of content that goes in each of these channels are completely different, right? It could not be just copy pasted. So for WhatsApp, in your experience, what has actually worked well? What are the content that you feel should a brand should not even think of sending it? These are the big no's. And what is your actually strategies to optimize these messaging?
Okay.
Yeah, anyone can start.
Let me start because
Yeah.
Okay. So see, for us, I think it's a very important element what you're talking, because when it comes to communication strategy, we are an industry where we use 360-degree communication. Starting from direct marketing to your outdoor to newspapers to a lot of this. When I saw, I think 4 years back, in the overall budget, WhatsApps and emails were a very smaller bits where we say, okay, let's try and send some messaging to people, so that we thought WhatsApp was a kind of privacy for people, not to disturb them and not get there. But eventually what has happened is, in the recent years now, that number has become so huge. Just I reviewed 2 days back our overall marketing budget. That has taken significantly a big growth in terms of what our teams are doing when it comes to investing on these channels. So we've kind of moved. The reason being very simple, that the kind of messaging engagement that happens in WhatsApp is more effective than whatever other channels we use. You read a newspaper, we don't know, there's no return on investment for us. We don't even know how many people have seen it, and there's a huge cost, and then there's a lot of investment and time. So for us, it makes more sense to engage with people. So like we saw about registrations, for example, if I'm interested to attend an event, how can I create an engagement where I can capture the interest of the person? And that can only happen through a WhatsApp communication. I can't do that through any other mode of communication, even in an email or even in an outdoor or even in a Facebook ad. I need to wait for a response, but here it's so quick. So that's very critical for you to engage with your audience. Once you start engaging with your audience, then automatically the kind of traction that you're looking, the kind of interest that you want to generate will automatically happen. But it's a long journey. I would say, don't expect that tomorrow I go and then move into WhatsApp and everything is going to change. We took 3 years to learn this whole lesson of how we have to go and where we are today. So that's the most important thing. Try engaging a lot. Don't send promotional mail. And we know, like whatever you said, the Zeptos, and so don't follow the formats what the rest of the brands are using. Keep your communication simple. Make sure there is a message to them, and then you intend to build on that. That's the most crucial element here. Exactly. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. People are too busy. How many of us are, I don't see WhatsApp. And when a time I see WhatsApp, it should give me some time to really see that it makes sense.
I think these edtech firms are doing this very well. Because I'm somebody who do a lot of education online courses, for example, from IIM, my ISB. So I think the way they send WhatsApp messages are very, very personalized. And they will ask you the inquiry, then they will send you the brochure. And so it's very, it looks like it's very human driven.
Plus, I also feel like it's not directly about the content that you're writing. If you are obviously inclined toward that education institute and they are sending you the message, even if they are sending you a decent message, you still open it, right? So context is very important. Like the user intent is also very important, right? The entire discussion that we are doing is not for the cold thing. It's actually for the warm or the hot thing, right? So yeah. Ritika?
Just adding on to like what Ganesh said, I think what he also mentioned was irrelevant content is not going to work. So like if you send like one offer to everyone and blast it out thinking ki yaar this is a beautiful offer, let me just send it to my entire audience and I'll get conversions, you will still not get conversions. So unless the message is very relevant to that person's pain point, that person's need, that person's preference at that point of time, you will not get a good response. It has to be personalized to that person. And like to give an example, like I was very proud of this message that we actually sent out recently where we had so much data, right? So we actually said that, hi Ritika, we acquired you in this year, you have stayed with us so many times, this was the last villa you visited, and based on your preference we feel that you might like these villas, you know. So that entire message was so personalized to the data that we had collected over the years, and that got us like an amazing response, because that person, when personalization, right, it has to be personalized to you and what you are looking at, right? So that is, I think, very important. Then being extremely salesy doesn't work. Just like by okay 10% off, 15% off, I think there needs to be a connect that you need to sort of build in with your audience, be a little empathetic to what they are looking at, and of course I feel that whatever WhatsApp is rolling out in terms of the rich media, right, whether it is video, whether it is carousels, whether it is limited time offer, whether it is your call to action CTAs or your form links and everything, I think incorporating those in your messaging as soon as possible really makes a difference. And then you can A/B test it. Okay, whether a carousel work for you, or whether a video work for you, whether this subject line work for you, that subject line. I think A/B testing continuously to see what's really working for you in messaging, and even which audience is responding to you. I think A/B testing is the key to when it comes to messaging. Yeah.
Once you receive the messages, we need a spokesperson also.
Yeah. I mean, when you, of course, when the person is replying back, then you need like a two-way conversation to happen, which is the whole point. Yeah.
No, I think they're absolutely right. Segmenting and identifying the right audience for your message is important. But I think respecting the platform and its nuances and the kind of customer behavior that you see out there is so crucial. Because I don't mean to like insult any particular industry, but there is a particular set of banks that get in touch with me very often with just messages that talk about, you are eligible for credit card. Click on this link to sign up now. There's no image that's going with it. It's not even a button. It's in the text, right? And I get that once every 2 weeks. And your natural inclination at that point is block this. Because as a user, you are not adding it. For some reason, it seems like someone took an SMS strategy and force fit it on WhatsApp. But WhatsApp has very different capabilities. Customers expect something very different. So the tone of your content, I think like Ritika said, right, using the native capabilities of WhatsApp to add that rich media, make it conversational. And you don't have to dump everything in one message, right? Often you just build a journey of 2-3 messages. You probably engage the customer a lot more than just putting one. If you have to press show more in your message, you're probably doing it wrong. So, yeah.
Got it.
You have to give the reason for choosing you also in the messages.
Yeah, your USP or your value proposition.
So how do you integrate your CRM to personalize the message for the customer? Like you have stayed at our villa for so many times, and you have visited us for so many times.
Yeah, so you can, like you have like your data scientists who can probably give this thing to you in an Excel or whatever, and by just putting it in Excel, you can personalize it in your WhatsApp messages. Like how do you do your name, right? Hi Ritika. So if I have other data points also, I can do variables which are which can be personalized.
And integration with CRM.
Yeah, you have to do your integration with CRM, correct. So like we have Lead Square, so that has to be integrated with AiSensy. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Technology has also entered print and document in particular, where for example if you want like your exhibition is there, right? So using that QR code in your print, those individual reader who are interested in your exhibition who stand up at say for example BSc exhibition center at NS clubs wherever.
No, absolutely. I think we are not.
Technology has come into it.
We are not going away from traditional. We cannot go. Still people want to see those big newspaper ads coming up. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Traditional will not go. For us, at least in our business, we do. But what we are doing is exactly like what you are saying. How are we trying to integrate somewhere where we can? Exactly.
Samsung has just recently taken it in Times of India.
Yeah.
When you are code, you get the visual, you can experience the journey actually. So for StayVista, for example, you'll see your villa, the reader will see your villa. That's what I'm just
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Technology is coming to traditional also, and they're sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, guys, just last one point, and then we'll open it for the audience as well to ask and engage. With all the new features that Azan shared with Gautam shared, like WhatsApp payments is coming, right? It's currently in beta still, right? But it will be going to be live in the next couple of months for everyone, right? With WhatsApp forms is coming. With all these features coming, where exactly do you see the direction of WhatsApp going, right? And how do you see it, changing the direction of online transaction and online user journeys?
See, from a trade fair point of view, more than transactional, it's about experience that what we want to see. For us, we had multiple platforms. I don't know how many of you have visited trade fairs and got an experience of, how you go and do the registration process. So it's been very, very difficult for all of you. You need to go, you get a message, you click, there's a form that goes, fill the form, then you go. So what we are now trying to do is, with all these new features, create a platform. There's one platform where everything is all sorted. For example, you send a message, you're liking it, you click. If you want to register, just put in your message. We are also talking to some use cases. We have some of your data, so we connect API at the back end and check. If think like that, if I'm just putting my number and say, oh, you're already there with us, you then no problem. If instead of doing 6 steps, we get you in 1 step, the whole badge what you want, and then get an entry. So that's the kind of experience that what we are trying to do within WhatsApp as a platform, so that most of our activities are done. We have a lot of catalogs. Generally what do we do is we have each apps separately for each of these functionalities. For example, what as a visitor you want to do is just check out who are the exhibitors who are there, what kind of products they come, and what kind of products they display. So we kind of have another application to tell you all what that is. Now, if you can actually kind of bring in all that together in one place where you can just spend some more time to explore products, understand what products they have, and then also, this in a very initial stage of trying to see how we can leverage this whole communication to also our exhibitors, because we are a business where we bring all of these businesses together. So at some point, there's a lot of trust in us to explore new products, new avenues. Not everybody is aware of all these technologies. So we are trying to see how we can also give this capability to our exhibitors, like what I think he was talking about, scanning QR code, lead generation. So quite a lot of features what our exhibitors are looking at. So this would definitely take us in that direction, so that we create one platform for most of our stakeholders. So the experience becomes so easier and better.
Yeah, like I agree with Ganesh, it will be like one platform where you can have everything, right? Like imagine forms, like I can streamline my entire data collection, right? I can use those forms to not only collect feedback, but I can use them for lead generation. I can use them for quizzes. I can use them for surveys. The engagement in WhatsApp itself is so high. So like the entire data that I collect can then be pushed into my CRM. And once it is pushed in my CRMs, I can use that data to then run personalized marketing campaigns, again using WhatsApp, right? And once people are coming on that WhatsApp, I can use AI to sort of chat with them and things, show them my catalog, my products, and then use payments, because now it'll become so seamless to collect payments, and frictionless payments can happen, so that the entire journey can happen at one platform itself, right from acquisition to getting the person to engaging with that person to collecting payments. Everything can happen at one thing. So of course the future of WhatsApp payments and this lead form is very promising. We can use it in multiple ways. I think some challenges would be, like, I've still not figured how the tech integration will happen with all these payment gateways. How will user adoption happen, right? I mean, though WhatsApp is secure and it's end-to-end encrypted, but user adoption of using this, and what are the regulatory compliances? Like probably that would be some challenges that we might probably look at. But I think it's a beautiful feature which is launched and it can benefit all of us. Yeah.
I think if we just step back a little and look at how the overall Meta ecosystem has evolved, what you can see, at least is what we've observed in our team, is that all the platforms from Facebook to Instagram and WhatsApp are gradually taking more and more of the emphasis away from our website to having a lot of our entire customer experience and journey and the whole value chain coming onto the Meta platforms in a way that's a lot more seamless, in a way that's more intuitive for the customers, right? So think of it from discovery to actually engaging with your brand, to now probably with this you're making your purchases, you're able to go engage in a very deep ways, and post that even support. A lot of the customer value chain is now on Meta platforms, and I think both of these features are just one added step to that, right? And I do think over the next 10 years we'll see this trend just accelerate. Your website, which was earlier such a key pillar part of your brand identity, at one point it was the most important part of your digital identity. The thing is with websites is that they are rigid, they are impersonal, and for many people there's a learning curve involved, right? Every time I get my mom to go on a Shopify site and purchase something, there's a lot of uncertainty that comes in there, and how to navigate this and how to trust this. But the same thing when I'm like, okay mom, this company is on WhatsApp, right? And she's able to engage with the business natively through WhatsApp, and the trust is so much more, it's so much more intuitive, right? I definitely see conversational commerce being a lot more of a part of the way businesses interact with customers in the future, and this is just a step forward there.
I just have one.
Yeah.
This is good for the people who are very digitally not very sound, probably because you have a limited section or a limited catalog to show on WhatsApp. But for people like us who really want to explore, because there's Gen Z and there's more people, millennials, who want to actually from WhatsApp again go back to your website and check the whole website and actually browse, so that should also be given as a feature, because I think that's just an add-on.
That's completely right. So that's why if you're saying Meta is launching features where you can give more information to the customers, like carousel messages. So carousel messages is actually kind of a thing that can replace your landing page. In landing page, what do you basically show, right? You show 5 proposition, you show this is the cost, this offer is valid till this, and then you show what are the freebies that you're getting. In one carousel, you can have 10 images with 10 content, with 10 CTA buttons, right? So that is something which can, it's in the direction of changing the route for the user to get the information.
Sometimes the user feels, am I missing out on some information?
Then, plus in the catalog also, if you can see, Boat is also now on WhatsApp. So Boat's entire catalog is actually on WhatsApp. So it's now not limiting the product key, you can only show 30-40 products, not like that. You can even showcase 600-700 products if you have that. And with every of the product, you have a website link also there. So if any user wants to go ahead, they can go and check there out.
500,000 SKU, how would you put it into the 10 pages of browser?
No, it's not about 10 pages of the browser. It's basically you choose a category, you choose a product category, and the variants can be in the form of carousel.
I think, I don't know if you saw in the morning presentation, they were also talking about this light browser within WhatsApp.
Yeah, that is also there.
Yeah, so once you have this light browser within WhatsApp, pretty much most of it is going to get solved. You click, you see the page, and then you can manage the content through those light browsers.
Shopping thing, what you said is also very true.
Yeah.
You just borrow the trust what you have on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Because the website अभी किसका है we don't know. Product that we're watching, and that's why Amazon and Flipkart they have kept on doing. So we can just borrow the trust what our parents or we have on WhatsApp. So
You're absolutely right about this. Sorry, Mohit, I'm just going to go a little deeper here again. So with different user interfaces, right? When you go on websites, each website in a very different way has their own navigation and its own user interface. What Meta has done very well in terms of its product is that you have different businesses, and within the confines of the Meta user interface, you have ways in which you can express your brand identity differently, right? So there's a very common like familiarity. So an Instagram page for StayVista and UrbanPiper look similar in the sense that your UI to navigate will be similar, but within that the way you express the brands will be drastically different. And similarly with WhatsApp as an interface as well, right? It's an interface that's very universally accessible, right? And so even though our websites will be very different, the customers can engage very seamlessly within that very known, intuitive, familiar kind of way. So I agree. I think the trust comes in from the Meta platforms, and we leverage that.
UPI thing also, which has been integrated, is very simple.
Yeah.
But
Correct.
you can't make a really high amount of transactions.
No.
Money still.
Whatever is the see, basically there are two ways to make payment via WhatsApp Pay. First is UPI and second is debit and credit card also. Right? So you can choose debit credit card, and if you're using Razorpay or PayU, whatever is the checkout page for Razorpay that you basically see on browser, entirely the same would actually open up within WhatsApp natively.
Like how Paytm and all.
Correct. And from there you can actually make any transaction. So you can actually do NEFT also. Right? So it's exactly the same checkout page that Razorpay and PayU offers that gets opened natively within WhatsApp. We can do light checkout payment, like the UPI payments can be done natively, but if anyone wants to make a payment via NEFT or credit card, they'll have to go outside. But yes, that can be done. So for DTC, we actually did a payment integration with MobiKwik. So in that also, the UPI payments are natively done, and the rest of the other payments are basically done in the browser. Yes.
I come from a healthcare e-commerce company where our products decided to be mainly after the labs doctors. So the biggest challenge and dropout we face is during KYC. So everybody who comes to the and we have to manually go and check at what stage did we see the dropout, is it abandoned cart or is it the KYC? And we see that maximum is KYC. So is there any way that KYC is incorporated or verified or OCR platform that runs this through AiSensy, or I don't know if anybody else facing this challenge?
Yes, that can be done. For DGO, we are doing the KYC all piece now. So we can discuss that outside, like how exactly we can implement for you. We'll discuss. Right. Alright, guys. We are a little short on time. So, but these folks will be here, right? So you can connect with them outside as well. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for sharing your insights and
Thanks, Mohit.
Thank you
experiences.
so much.
It was really insightful session for every one of us.
Hi. So I'll just ask Mohit to,
Sure.
thank our guests. Thank you